Just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go do something like this.
Talk to me.
And totally redeem yourself.
Yes.
I need him to figure it out again. Welcome to Crain and Company on this glorious Tuesday as we're marching toward week 4. There's some fantastic matchups. And on every Tuesday, we started this last week here at Crain and Company. Make sure you're subscribed. As usual, David Cohn, former Michigan quarterback to my left. They got a big one.
Yes, we do.
In Lincoln this weekend at Nebraska.
Go watch the preview.
And former Western State, Colorado wide receiver.
Give me compliments. I want some compliments thrown my way.
And a man,
Why do you have to laugh every time I ask you that?
And macchiato drinker.
Yeah, and the bleached blonde-haired macchiato drinking former Western State, Colorado wide receiver.
Sometimes you got to wake up and get mocked.
You got to get mocked?
You got to get mocked.
You got to get mocked?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get mocked.
Got to get locked in.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get
Mock
mocked.
5.
God almighty. Wow.
All right, every Tuesday, we are coming up with our, and this is individual, we each have our own, college football playoff rankings as it stands today, the way we are looking at it, what we think is going to happen. We did it last week. There's some movement this week. And again, thank you for joining us. Without you, there is no us. Before we get into, and I'll start with mine, all right, the 1 through 12, the playoffs. David, don't give me specifics, but how different is yours than it was last week? Is there multiple? I mean, is it just an absolute moving target or what?
One out and one in.
One out and one in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a nickname for that in college. Blaine, what about yours? How different
You got to love In and Out.
You do.
What's up?
Like
Wait, this is
Clockwork
going
Orange
off the
style.
rails already. We're not a minute and a half and it's going off the rails. How much movement was there in your playoff prediction rankings projections?
2 in, 2
Stop
out.
it. Okay.
Now that's a party.
Terrible. That's all right.
You only get that in California most of the time.
Can we explain, though, that this is a projection for the college football playoff?
Sure.
It says it right there. Projection. I don't know what people were talking about on last week's episode. It's not the top 12 teams right now just put in the first
No,
12
we did our
spots.
power rankings yesterday.
Can you
and check
explain
those
this?
out? Yes. This is because, again, the playoff, it's not just like, hey, it's just all at larges with no automatic qualifiers or this, that, the other. A group of 5 has to be in there. There are rules to the playoff. So we're having to tailor where these teams are right now, where we see them going, based on the information that we have, knowing the rules and the way the playoff is
And the
set
rest
up.
of the schedule, right?
Yeah, if
Isn't that
this
how
was
you
top
did yours?
12, I'm telling you right now, if this
How
was
you have
top
to do.
12,
Yeah.
a G5 team isn't in it. But you have to have a G5 team in it.
We're not just stopping the season right this second and
No.
playing the playoff.
No.
This is how we think it's going to finish.
This is what makes it fun, because the power rankings are where they sit right now. This is where we think they're going to finish.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, with my preseason rankings, I hope I'm wrong on some of these, right? Because I've got Washington in there, and we're going to see. But all right, I'm going to start off with mine. I'm going to start off with 12 and go to 1. Even though USF lost at Miami, and it wasn't close, if USF wins out and UNLV wins out, because I don't think Tulane's beaten Ole Miss, right? It's a great matchup. I can't wait to see it. It's in Oxford this year. Chambliss looked great coming in for Ole Miss last week. Simmons looks hurt. I think if USF goes 11-1 regular season, right, and let's say they just win out, conference championship, all that, and UNLV goes undefeated, I think they'll take USF over UNLV. I really think they will because of the schedule. Do y'all think I'm crazy for that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, right now, I know USF lost.
And I picked UNLV. I hope I'm wrong.
What G5 team would Miami not kill?
No, I agree with that.
Every single one of them.
But in South Florida, I mean, you played Boise.
You got your
You went
wins.
on the road and beat Florida. Like, you have a tougher schedule. You have better wins. We'll see. If USF drops another game, they're not going to
you still have at Memphis, you're at Navy.
Thank you.
Dave,
Thank you. Show some
at
respect.
UAB. So there are still some hurdles in there that they're going to have to get.
There are some, but I don't think when we look back on the schedules and compare, again, a one-loss USF, I would take personally over an undefeated UNLV. All right, so I have the 12-5 game. I'll go from 12 to 5. It's USF playing Georgia. Georgia goes on the road, beats Tennessee. I still don't have Georgia as my highest-ranked SEC team. We're going to get to that. So the 12-5 is USF for Georgia. The 11-6, I've got Texas. And I had a 9-3 Texas making the playoff over a 10-2 Notre Dame in the preseason. And I feel even better about that now. I look at the rest of Notre Dame's schedule. I think they could go 10-2 and not make it in.
Sure.
Because of the brand, if it's Texas they're going up against, it all cancels out. I think a 9-3 Texas gets in to play Utah. Utah is my highest-ranked Big 12 team. I have Utah winning the Big 12 championship, but I also have another Big 12 team in here I'm going to get to in 1 second. That would be a hell of a game, Texas versus Utah. Then the 10 versus 7. I've got another Big 12 team, Iowa State and this was probably my biggest mover so far, versus Florida State. Last week, I had Florida State as the 4 seed, the representative, the top representative from the ACC. I have a new team there. You can probably guess which one it is. That's not to say that Florida State did anything wrong. I just thought this team looked better last week and has a better resume and looks more complete than Florida State has so far. They can get it back. Then my 8-9. I flip-flopped these. Last week, I had Oregon as the 8 seed, Oklahoma as the 9 seed. This week, I have Oklahoma as the 8 seed, Oregon as the 9 seed. And I'm going to be honest, I'm worried about Oregon. I didn't have Oregon in my preseason college football playoff. I had them going 9-3 and missing it. I feel better about that. But I feel worse about having them in my week 4 playoff projection based on what I saw with that front 7 last week against Northwestern. I know Northwestern is scrappy. They're going to fight this, that, and the other. I am not as sold on Oregon as some other people are. My top 4, 1, 2, and 3 stayed the same. Ohio State still 1. I've got LSU at 2. And people say, oh, well, the offense hasn't looked that amazing. I am not going to punish you for beating Florida by double digits. I'm just not going to do it. So I've got LSU at 2. I've got Penn State at 3. Then I had Miami switch with Florida State. Originally, I had Miami at 7, Florida State at 4. I'm going Miami at 4, Florida State at 7. We talked about it yesterday. You could make a solid-ass argument right now that Miami has looked like the best team in the country, and I don't think you would be crazy at all. So, fellas, that's where I've got it. Instant reaction. Cody, what do you think?
Okay, so 2 ACC teams now, 2 Big 12 teams, because Iowa State's also going to make it along with Utah. You got 3 Big 10. What's that, 4 SEC? And
yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. No, 3 SEC. No, yeah, we got Oklahoma, LSU, Georgia, and Texas. So 4 SEC. Right.
So staying on the Texas train and Iowa State for you.
Yeah, I mean, again, if it was the top 12 to me personally, would I have Iowa State in this, especially with the way Kansas State has looked? If you watch our power rankings, you would already know that no, I wouldn't. But with the way that it's working out, with what I've seen from the rest of the Big 12, I'm going to leave Iowa State in there. I don't feel like punishing them right now is right. They're going to get more chances to prove it as we go on throughout the season. But the Texas one, man, I'm just telling you, this 9-3 Texas versus, because again, if you go through their schedule, let's say, Texas loses at Ohio State. That's not a terrible loss. You've got landmines all over that schedule for the rest of the way for Texas. Can you go through it real quick?
Yeah, you got Sam Houston at home. You're at Florida.
Yep.
I mean, you have Oklahoma. We know where that's going to be.
Yep.
At Kentucky, at Mississippi State, Vanderbilt at home. You're at Georgia, Arkansas, then A&M at home.
So if you lose 2 more games to go 9-3, whether that's some combination of Oklahoma and the neutral side at the Red River Shootout against Georgia, or Oklahoma and at A&M, or Georgia and at A&M, I think that 9-3 Texas team, especially if Arch starts playing better, they're going to find their way in. I'm going to be honest with you, Blaine. One that was kind of hard for me to leave in the top 4 was Penn State. That was the hardest one for me to leave in the
it's just
top
like
4.
the thing with Penn State, it's like their schedule. I mean, they're going to be better. Their roster is just better than 98% of the team.
Well, that's what I'm looking. You're probably looking at 11-1.
Yeah.
And playing in the Big Ten championship.
Sure.
That's what you're most likely.
And you're probably, I mean,
could
the
be
same
great.
thing. What record do you have Oregon? Do you have Oregon?
I've got 9-3. So pull up Oregon's schedule real quick. Because again,
So you have 2 9-3 teams in.
I before the season had Oregon going 9-3. But right now, based on what I'm seeing in the Big Ten and with their schedule, it's looking like 10-2, and a 10-2 Oregon gets in, even though I had a 9-3. So I didn't want to let my preseason predictions for the playoff interfere with what I've seen in the collective of all college football for the projection. So
Oregon, you got Oregon State at home. You're
going to win
them. You're at Penn State. I mean, that's the game, right? Indiana at home, at Rutgers, Wisconsin at home, at Iowa, Minnesota at home, USC at home should get interesting, and at Washington.
Which I had Washington beating Oregon before the season. It's looking like 10-2 for Oregon.
And you had Washington in your preseason.
I have Washington 10-2 in my preseason.
So is there a reason
playoff.
you just haven't seen anything?
Well, they've got to show it against quality competition. We're going to get a chance to see it, not this weekend against Washington State, who gave up 1 million points to North Texas, but they're going to play Ohio State at home in a couple weeks, and I think we're going to find out a lot more about Washington. But don't forget, I had Washington losing to Ohio State and Maryland back-to-back and then winning out. So in my preseason, I had Washington knocking Oregon out of the playoff because I had Oregon 9-2 and Washington 9-2 going into that last week. I believe they played the last week of the season.
Yeah, they played last.
Oregon goes to Washington. I had Washington winning that game to be 10-2 to knock Oregon out of the play.
Okay, I want to bring up a scenario with the 9-3 Texas here in a bit, but let me dive in quickly, bring up mine. My top 3 are unchanged here. So I'm right. I'm not moving teams who haven't shown me reason to move.
Yep.
I still have Penn State winning the Big Ten. That's what I had preseason. Obviously, they haven't played as stiff a competition as some of these programs, but we're going to find out a lot more soon. I have Penn State number 1. And again, when I'll get to that with the Buckeyes. 2, Oklahoma. I still have Oklahoma at 2 right now based off what I've seen. Last week, someone called me, I think, quote unquote, absolutely absurd for thinking Oklahoma
Which that was the
could win
nicest
the
thing
SEC.
somebody said to you last week.
What if we just let the season play out and find out?
Yeah.
Maybe let's find
great
out
thing about
together.
it. Yeah.
Maybe we find out and see how good John Mateer really is. Because
Well,
right
it's
now, I'm
good-
on the train.
It's a good start.
I'm on the train.
We've never gotten off the train.
Yeah.
We've been.
Yeah.
We were on the
since
train
it
before
started.
any of these other. Go back to March, and then all of a sudden, it was like ants to peanut butter outside, man. Like here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, and we're gonna see against Auburn. I like the matchup.
Let's see if he can do it every single week, because that's what it takes in this league to be able to make a spot like number 2 in the country. Number 3, Florida State. I'm with you. I think Florida State and Miami, they're not just winning football games. They look great. They look dynamic. They look balanced. I didn't flip them, even though I do think Miami has a case right this week to be number 1. Florida State hosts them, though, in Doak Campbell in a couple weeks. Florida State then also goes on the road to Clemson. Miami doesn't have to play Clemson. That could be a good thing for Miami. That could also give a good win for Florida State. I think we could see Miami, Florida State in a rematch in the 8th.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, to me, that Miami-Florida State game right now, from what I'm seeing and the rest of the schedule around, with what's happened with Clemson, I don't think SMU's look great either. To me, the winner of the Miami-Florida State regular season game is a de facto pretty much play-in for the ACC Conference Championship. I think whoever wins that, now you have a cushion too, a game cushion. You can go ahead and write whoever wins.
And if you're Miami, you have to be pretty excited about not playing Clemson. And even if Florida State beats them, it's not going to look like a fantastic win anymore.
Starting this podcast, well, it can felt overwhelming for all of us. You got script, setup, filming, schedule, logos, trying to figure it all out. It's tough. What you do find out is when you're launching something new, that to-do list is going to grow daily. And finding tools that both help and simplify can be a game changer. And for millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Make that noise, David.
Cha-ching!
Great job. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide and 10% of all U.S. e-commerce. They're behind everyone from big names like Gymshark to that new brand new awesome sports podcast called Crain and Company that you might have just discovered or you've loved for so long. Starting out is simple. Just pick one of the hundreds of templates and customize it to match your style. No design skills needed. And creating content, that's where the AI really shines. You need product descriptions or catchy headlines, product photos, they've got you covered. But the best part is how easy marketing becomes. You reach your customers wherever they are, because behind the scenes, Shopify handles everything else. Inventory, shipping, returns, all those details you don't want to have to worry about. So turn your business idea into, Blaine, make the noise. Cha-ching! That's much better with Shopify on your side. So sign up for a $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Crain. Go to shopify.com/Crane.
We'll see. Again, that last time and obviously none of us have Clemson right now. We all had him in the national championship.
Clemson should not be in this. They should not be in this. Notre Dame should not be.
The last time Clemson started 1-2, 12 seasons ago, they finished 10-3. Does Florida State have a road win over a 10-3 Clemson at the end of the year? That's very different than where we're sitting now. Again, it is still September. Florida State, Miami, you could flip them right now. I'm keeping Florida State at 3. 4, I did move the Buckeyes up to 4 and moved Oregon back a couple spots. This is what I wanted to get at with the Big Ten here. Just the way the schedule plays out, you could have a situation where if the Buckeyes block out Illinois, okay, and we're going to find out a lot more. Illinois going on the road to play Indiana this week. Let's really see if they were to block them out with a win, and then Penn State's able to block out Oregon with a win. You could see a rematch of that game in the Big Ten championship game. Again, we're going to find out more about Michigan and a lot of other teams in the Big Ten here soon enough. But right now, that's the top 4. Georgia at 5, huge test in Neyland that they survived. And now you move forward. A couple of your biggest games are in Athens, hosting Alabama, hosting Texas, like you just said. Oregon, I moved down to 6. Again, I still see a 10-2 type of floor based off what I've seen, possibly even 11-1. Yeah. That moves LSU to 7, just based off the schedule they're going to have to play. But the way Blake Baker's defense is playing, I mean, you're getting DJ Lagway to throw you 5 interceptions.
David, you're a quarterback, and I've been trying to explain this to people, like going on the radio and stuff, because I've had some LSU fans that are sitting here like, oh my God, well, maybe we're really not that good, this, that, the other. Can you talk about being a quarterback on a team that has a really good defense and understanding we're going to play a style of ball that it's kind of counterintuitive, right? Because you want to go out there and score, throw it 70 times and score 1,000 points and be super explosive. But there's an art to playing complementary football and saying, hey, we have a really good defense. We're good on special teams. Let's run the ball, play action, make smart choices, and give ourselves the best chance to win the game, not just go out there and try and see how many yards can we get.
I think I am uniquely qualified to speak on that because just last Friday, I went to a 20-year state championship reunion in Statesboro, Georgia that I was able to go to because we had the number one defense in the state.
Yeah.
I mean, I can think that I was a good player and I contributed a lot to that team. That's all. We had the number one defense in the state with guys like Justin Houston and D'Angelo Tyson and Alex Deacle and John Knox. Yes, and you play that style of football knowing that. And honestly, I kind of carried that on to Michigan.
Yeah.
I played run the football hard, have a top 5 defense. LSU, we talked for the last 3 years about being more balanced. Now they are that, and Brian Kelly still finds himself hitting the
for sure. You'll never.
But anyway, LSU number 7 right now. Again, they're going to get plenty of opportunities to show that that's either disrespectful or that they might win the league outright. We're going to find out. 8 Miami. I already talked about that with Florida State. I've got them in a matchup with Baylor right now. I'm not giving up on Baylor. Why would I give up right now? What a come from behind win over SMU. And I know, take it week by week. But when it comes to Utah. And I know why everyone over here is excited about Utah. You do host them.
Yeah.
You host them, Baylor. Don't embarrass me. Number 10, Illinois. Just talked about them going on the road this week to Indiana, who just beat Indiana State, 73 to
1,000.
God.
Thanks for your bye week.
Basically a war crime.
But can Illinois run the football well enough to win the 10 or 11 games they're going to need to make the college football playoff? That's a question I have. Obviously, Georgia there is going to face Navy. What kind of man would I be if I give up on the service academy there for my group?
Undefeated, dog.
They host South Florida.
It's going to be
South Florida
that
comes to them, and they play Notre Dame. I want to get to Notre Dame in a second, but the biggest one for me, number 11, Notre Dame. Out after starting 0-2. I'm moving Alabama back in. You know what? When you're going on dates, you're in the dating pool and you get your heart broke and you're really let down. You say, look, I don't want to go back out there. You let me down. I don't want to go back out there. But then you get your confidence back a little bit and you say, hey, I'm ready to have my heart broken again. Okay. You beat UL Monroe. You go out there and beat Wisconsin. I'm ready to have my heart broken again. Alabama as the 4th SEC team at the 11 seed. And Alabama, Oklahoma, Georgia, and LSU, the 4 that I have in, all kind of play each other. I mean, Georgia's able to dodge LSU and Oklahoma, but they all play each other. So what combination of 10-2, especially with Alabama already with one out-of-conference loss, could you find? The thing is, I moved Notre Dame out, Jake. Yeah. And here's my question for you guys. It's easy to sit here right now and say Notre Dame is out of the college football playoff. It's so easy to do that. We did that a year ago when they lost to Northern Illinois. There's no way you make it. But people forget in November. Yeah. We're a long way away from November and Selection Sunday in December. If they run the table and they go 10-2, and Texas A&M's a playoff team who they lost to, and Miami's a top 4 team and they're in the college football playoff, Notre Dame with the brand they have, do they have a shot to get in over a Texas that you have at 9-3?
Yeah, I want to answer that, but to the Alabama thing, just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go do something like this.
Talk to me.
And totally redeem yourself. Yes. I need Bama to figure it out again for the preseason. Okay, to the Notre Dame thing. Yes, they'll always have a chance because it's Notre Dame, and you'd have that 10 wins by the Notre Dame logo, which is big. But what happens, David, in your scenario, if it's a 10-2 Notre Dame versus a 9-3 Texas A&M to who gets in the playoff? Well, I'm taking A&M, who went on the road and beat Notre Dame. What happens if it's a 10-2 Notre Dame versus a 9-3 Texas team that was 8-3 going into A&M or playing A&M the last game of the season at home this year, and they beat him to go 9-3? The team that went in and beat Notre Dame. I think it all depends for Notre Dame. If you're 10-2, you not only need 9-3 carnage, you need 9-3 carnage with smaller brands. Yeah, you don't need it with big brands. If it comes down to like,
it's going to come down to how big is the brand.
If it's like, and again, I'm trying.
No, it's not right, David.
I'm trying to, like, for example, if it's a 9-3 Texas Tech versus a 10-2 Notre Dame, they're going to take Notre Dame. But what if it's a 9-3 SEC team? What if Missouri's 9-3 and 10-2 versus a 10-2 Notre Dame? That's when it gets interesting for me.
For that to happen, Notre Dame's last loss of the season would have happened on September 13th.
Yeah.
That's so long ago.
Well, you need USC to ball, too. You need some of these teams left. You need Boise State to look good the rest of the way. Probably just so much has to go right, including Notre Dame going undefeated the rest of the year. You haven't won a game yet.
But
so,
what if they go lose against Navy and they're 9-3?
If they...
There's still a chance.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay. Was there a crash? Was there a fire? Like, that's
so Alabama's proved they've done enough, Dave.
Did you not see them beat UL Monroe? What more do you need to see? Did you not see what they did to Wisconsin?
Blaine, Ty Simpson's like 41.
Did you not watch the end-around flea flicker reverse screen pass for 75 yards?
Look,
they're a good football team.
He's not 17 anymore, Dave. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just like... I guess we'll find out. We're going to find out next weekend.
Does he have his emotional support animal?
We have a great Georgia-Bama preview coming up for y'all.
All right, come on. Go ahead and pull mine up here. Let's see what it's absolutely
What is the blonde bomber?
Well, we need to get my picture changed to get the blonde hair in there.
I don't know. I kind of like it that way.
All right, number 1, Ohio State.
Okay.
I mean, why wouldn't I?
Yep, come on.
I think right now there probably has the best chance to go undefeated through the regular season. And when at number 2, LSU, I've been 10 toes for a while now.
You have.
I've been standing on business. I think they're the best team in the SEC, and I have them winning the SEC. Number 3, Miami, the truth. The more I watch this team, the more I like him, and I'm trying to not hit a ceiling here, but I'm getting close. I think Miami wins the ACC. I think they roll through Florida State. I don't know if it's close with anybody they play.
Part of me hopes, there's a part of me that hopes Miami wins the national championship because like 2 years ago, I tweeted out that Mario Cristobal would win a national championship in Miami within the next 5 years, and Pollock excoriated me.
Pollock did?
Yeah. He was like, no
DP?
chance. No chance.
Wow.
No chance.
I just hope
let that happen. Especially after he brought up Bama the other day. Don't let Miami win it.
The only way Miami...
And I love Pollock. That's my boy.
Miami loses a game if somehow Mario Cristobal messed up a clock or didn't take a timeout.
So
he's going to do that.
Like, he's really going to run the ball, but the whole time...
But see, I'm going to be honest with you. The way they're playing right now, I don't think it's going to be close enough at the end of the game to matter.
I think
you can maybe start taking
Miami
leads
right now. I think have a nose ahead in the ACC for me. So give me them. Number 4, Penn State.
Yep.
And I had Oregon here last week. What Penn State does, the more I watch Oregon play versus Northwestern, I think they're going to have a lot of success.
Bad matchup
against
for Oregon.
Penn State's going to get downhill on you quickly. So number 5, give me them dogs, baby. Give me the dogs. Huge win in the weekend. It looked fantastic. Great team knows how to.
Did they look fantastic?
Win in multiple ways. Yeah, I think so. Did
they look fantastic?
I think Tennessee's that good.
Yeah, I thought they looked good. They survived.
Well, the biggest question. How worried are you about Georgia's defense?
A lot more worried than I thought I was.
Are you?
Yeah. Because just watching Georgia's defensive line not have that guy this year and watching the safeties, and you got to give Tennessee a ton of credit.
Sure.
Watching Georgia's safeties have to save them that many times in the alley in the run game in one game worries me. It's not used to.
Well, if there's anybody who can figure it out, it's Kirby Smart. And
100%.
The only thing I was really worried about looking at this Georgia team was Gunnar Stockton. And he's proved me to be an absolute savage. So I'm rolling with it. Give me Oregon at 6. I think they lose to Penn State. And you look at their schedule, I mean, you could drop another one in there sitting at 10-2. I think I'm fine with that. 7, Oklahoma. I had Oklahoma winning the SEC before the year started, or playing Texas in the SEC championship before the year started. I still think they can get there. I have to see it a lot. I think Michigan's good, but I haven't seen them against a really talented offense yet. I think Auburn's going to have that this weekend. Ought to be an interesting game. The number 8, Florida State, and I know it seems low. Somewhat, but I think Florida State loses to Miami, and they drop another one in there.
So 10-2.
10-2.
Do you think Florida State makes the ACC championship then if they drop another one? Because, I mean, would that be like losing at Florida, so it's not a conference game? That other one's a big other.
Yeah, I'm looking at Florida. It's because it's at Florida at the end of the year, and I don't think they should get punished if they do lose the ACC championship game and walk in 10-3. Number 9, Utah. They're my Big 12 team.
Love Utah.
I think the Big 12 is going to absolutely cannibalize itself, but I think Utah is going to come out on top. I'm sorry, I'm just not an Iowa State believer.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I know you beat a Kansas State team in Dublin. Kansas State is terrible. That's my big of the
Mine so far
playoffs.
Too. Chris Kleiman, I'll never forget
Arkansas State by 8. On the road. So it's not good. I don't think they're a playoff team. Number 10, give me Illinois.
So y'all both got Illinois.
Well, go look at their schedule.
Well, I understand that, but they're playing at Indiana this week, and if you're going to get the playoff, you probably got to win that one.
I think Indiana lost too much. I think the 2, maybe 3 losses, but I see 2 lose to Ohio State, and maybe 1 more. I think that still gets you in at 10. I have Notre Dame out. of this. I also have Bama out. And going at number 11, give me the Tennessee Volunteers.
I love this pick.
I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, you had a chance at the end of the game to beat the number 4 team in the nation in Georgia at home, and your kicker looked like he just saw aliens for the first time. But to have the success they had on offense and what they did to that Georgia defense, and Joey Aguilar, I think we know now, is somewhat the real deal. So I like Tennessee at 11. I mean, I think the toughest thing they got left on their schedule is at Bama.
They got UAB next, then Mississippi State, then a bye week, then Arkansas, then they go to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, so I think the toughest test of play will be Alabama.
And Oklahoma comes to them.
Oklahoma, that's at Tennessee, so that'll be an interesting game. And, I mean, my number 12 is USF. Why wouldn't I? I'm not going to punish you that much for losing to a Miami team that we can sit here and say we think it was one of the best teams in the nation. You look at the rest of their schedule. I think if they can win out, you still shouldn't punish USF for that loss with the wins that they have. So that's my 1 through 12, boys. Thoughts, comments, compliments, go ahead.
I mean, we have the same top 4. I just have Penn State.
What do you disagree with?
And Miami at 4. The Illinois one, I don't have Illinois or Indiana getting in. I think both of them go 9-3. I mean, one of them's got to lose this weekend. I know a lot of people.
So you have a 9-3 Texas getting in?
Yes, I think a 9-3 Texas gets in over a 9-3 Indiana and Illinois, and I think most people will agree with me out there. I mean, it's so similar. We have me and you. The only difference is you have Tennessee in there, and I have Texas in there. Outside of that, and Illinois. Ours is basically the exact same, so I'd be crazy.
You have Iowa State in yours as well.
Yes, I had Iowa State instead of Illinois. Okay. That's the difference. So and what's crazy is they're both in the same spot.
Yeah.
Tennessee already has 1 loss. So are you saying, does Tennessee go on the road and beat Alabama?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then they lose to Oklahoma at home?
Lose to Oklahoma.
So they go 10-2.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a 9-3. I think that at Florida and Vanderbilt will get interesting at the end of the year. But I think a 9-3 Tennessee team gets in with losses to Georgia, Oklahoma, and maybe one more loss at the end of the year. I still think a 9-3. I mean, at the end. If you lose to Vandy and Vandy's top 15 team, I mean, we'll have to go look at Vandy's schedule. But I think a 9-3 Tennessee team could get in.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I like it. I think they're all reasonable. The Bama one's interesting to me, Coney. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's, that's sort of a hot button pick right there because of the way they opened up against Florida State.
I don't think it's that crazy.
But I watched them in person this last weekend. All the tools are there.
Yeah.
I mean, Ty Simpson can play football. The question is, are they showing up with emotional support animals and they just quit in the fourth quarter against a team that's really punching them in the face? You know what? What if they just go to Athens next week and we just all watch?
See, that's what I'm saying. This Bama-Georgia game's weird.
Let's see, man.
It's weird. See. It's weird, especially after seeing Georgia's defense.
I just know it's easy to look good against,
nobody is doubting that, but I do think they played pretty well against Wisconsin. Again, Wisconsin's not great, but we want to know what you think in the comments. Let us know. Who is your top 12? Go ahead and give us your top 12, or maybe you just want to give us your group of 5 team. What do you think? Which bracket was the best? We want to know from you. Make sure you check it. We got some great content. We got our picks coming out tomorrow with Danny Cannell. Got a great Georgia-Bama preview that's coming with a guest you're going to know pretty well if you watch our show. We appreciate you guys. Remember, without you, there is no us. And like the chances of me not being excited to see how this thing works out, we're going. Oh, gone.